Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video. As you can already probably see and guess, this video is a little bit different. First of all, I hope you can hear me because I stupidly enough decided to turn on my dishwasher right before filming this, so that was not the smartest decision. Anyway, so I decided to put on my little Christmas themed sweater. Well, it's just a red shirt, but kind of on theme for Christmas. Because you're gonna watch this right after Christmas. Yeah, when you're watching this, I'm actually in Denmark, spending Christmas with my family, which you will also see a vlog from, but I didn't want to rush with the editing and stuff, so I decided to make this video, which you can watch now. For the longest time, I had this idea of filming like a chat with me video, where I just talk about all of the subjects I've been thinking about lately, because I'm a very reflective person and I think about so many things all the time. I have so many thoughts and I just thought it could be fun to share with other people. And also, if you guys share these thoughts, I just always think it's so nice to hear what other people are thinking and then relate to it. So I definitely hope you guys can relate to some of these thoughts I've made in the past couple of weeks, because I've been noting some themes down. So yeah, this is like a little chat with me, find out what's inside my brain kind of video. Also, I made a little tea, so it's also just like a tea time. This little cute cup, and yeah, it's way too hot to drink right now, so I'm just gonna leave it down here to cool off a little bit. I have my laptop here, and let's just dive into some themes. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm not used to making these kind of videos, but I guess I talk to you guys all the time, so it's not really that different. Okay, so the first thing I've been thinking a lot about is the fact of moving to a different country when you're in your 20s, especially early 20s. I mean, I am 21, almost 22, and I moved here to Switzerland when I was 20. So I definitely know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about this subject. I had this idea recently to make a whole video about moving to Zurich and moving out of my home country this early, because I kind of want to share what it has done to me and also why I think other people should do it. So all of these things I'm going to talk about now I actually didn't write down, so this is just coming from the heart, randomly. But first of all, when you move out of the environment you've always been in and the environment you've always known, your mind expands. You only know as much as your surroundings are. So if you're gonna stay in the same place your whole life, or if you're never gonna move somewhere else, try something new, experience new things, new people, new cultures, how would you even know what's out there? How would you know what's possible? Because you only know what you're used to. So that's one of the first things I would kind of say that's definitely a plus about moving away, is when you move away, your mindset and your kind of view on life and perspective on life expands so much, because you just experience so many new things, new people, and you think about new possibilities that you wouldn't even think would be possible to you before. I just think that's really interesting. I've changed so much as a person since moving, and my life is just so different. I would never have missed out on doing this, never. I mean, I'm saying last year, but it's still this year. But this year, because I've been in Switzerland for a little over a year now. It was on the day that I've been here a year that I thought about making this video. It's been the hardest year of my life, honestly. I can't even explain how much I've cried this last year. It's also because of my birth control, which I'm not on anymore. I'm never going on that ish again. It's horrible. And it always gave me depression, so never going on that again. But this year has just been so difficult because I've changed so much as a person. I had to go through growing up and all alone in a different country. I didn't have my parents. I had to register, I had to learn how to pay all these bills I never paid before, and I had to like make my own financial system. I had to figure out how to get an apartment and like really everything. And also just in this year I've been in Switzerland, I've already had 2 jobs. So already know how to search for jobs really well, and I also know how it is to search for a job for half a year and not find a job, or search for an apartment for half a year and not find one. Like, you can of course also do this in your own country, but I just think if we're going back to the mindset thing and expanding your mind, I just think it's such a good experience for anyone to just see what's out there in the world and just try to be in a different environment. Yeah. Oh my god, this dishwasher. I have just learned incredibly much, and I could just advise anyone else to do it. What else was it I wanted to say with it? I feel like there was more. I feel really, really independent now, and I honestly feel like I can do anything. Especially when it comes to like moving, and like now for an example, I feel like I could just move to any country I want to now, and I would figure out how to register, how to get an apartment, how to find a job. Like, I know how to do that now. And also just the feeling of accomplishing something in a country where you don't know the languages first, you don't know the rules, you don't know how people act or how like what the norms are here. And when you get on the other side of that and you kind of like, you settled, you accomplished all those things, you made it anyway, it just feels so satisfying, because now I just feel like there's so many things I can do just from all of these skills. And I also think it's very beautiful to learn to adapt to another culture. Like, I'm not saying that you should adapt yourself to all the environments you're in, but I just think it's very nice to see how other people live and kind of take from the culture what you want to learn, but also keep the best parts from your own culture and like kind of find out how you want to live your life. So that was the first little thing I wanted to talk about. I could say much more about it. I could also make a whole video on moving to another country, because there is so many aspects of this subject, like really. I feel like I could really give advice to people on this now, because I've been through a lot this year and I'm obviously doing very good right now. I am about to move into my second apartment. I just got my second job and I'm just very settled here now, and I also found myself. Oh yeah, that's another point. Getting away from your hometown is the best form of like self-improvement and to evolve as a person. Because for example, I moved to Switzerland. I started a YouTube channel. I started a business. I started posting more online. I just could do all of these things, and I didn't really care much about what people were thinking, because all of the people that knew me before I moved here, they're not even here. They're not even in my radar. Like, I could not bump into anyone on the street who would know me. Like, now I could, because I've made friends here, which is another thing I'm gonna get into, but it's just, it feels so good to be so distant from the life you've lived so far, because you can just get put into so many boxes that you have never wished to be in, and you can kind of like design your own life all over again, and you can decide who you want to be. Like, of course you should be yourself, but sometimes in your hometown you wouldn't even feel like you could be yourself. So I really found myself in a whole new way, because I just had that space to honestly learn to not care about what people are thinking, because whoever I would care about is not close to me at all. And then also with making friends, like, I really also learned to network, to meet new people. I feel much more outgoing and extroverted. I've become very good at meeting people. Also because, as you probably know from all of my vlogs, if you watch them, I made a lot of friends from just texting people, or people texted me. And in the beginning, that's very, very much so scary in the beginning. It was so much out of my comfort zone, but I've made so many friends now from doing that. And just from, I also honestly just met people randomly, or like walked up to someone in a cafe and started talking to them. Like, that's literally how I made friends, and how yeah, it's such a good skill to learn. And yeah, as you can see, I could talk much more about this subject, and I would like to, like, I could definitely, but I could also make a whole separate video about it if you guys want. But otherwise, I'll tell you the other things I thought a lot about. The next thing is a quote that has changed my life. Honestly, like this is not even to over exaggerate, it's true. And if you guys follow my brand on the different platforms I have for it, you kind of already know. Also because I wrote a whole blog page about this on my website. But it's the quote, "You can only ever be happy now." And actually after I'm filming this video, I'm also going to film a video about it where I'm going to read out my blog post. I'm considering putting it in this video. I think I'll actually do that, so cue the blog post. You can only ever be happy right now. A couple weeks ago, I heard the saying, "You can only be happy now." At first, it sounded like an obvious statement, but the more I thought about it, the deeper it landed in me. Because all there is now, all there ever was, and all there ever will be. We humans want to be happy, and we love the idea that we can control our own happiness. But the way we try to do that is often where we get it wrong. Most of us try to control our happiness by making decisions based on what we think will make us happy in the future, even though we have absolutely no way of knowing if we're right. How could we? Here's the thing. Even if you work so hard every day, push yourself through miserable tasks, difficult environments, and endless pressure, it will not guarantee your happiness in the future. Because the truth is, only your future self can choose to be happy in that future moment. Yes, you can set yourself up for success and create great conditions, but none of it matters if you don't, as your future self, choose happiness when the moment arrives. And this is actually good news for you, because instead of constantly trying to manage your present around a future you can't even predict, your only real job is to focus on today. Choose what makes you happy today. Choose what inspires you today. Follow what feels fun, what feels right, what calls you in this exact moment. If you learn to be happy in the present, you will carry that skill with you into the future. I truly believe that the way to build the life of your dreams is to choose what lights you up in the now, what fascinates you, what energizes you, inspires you, or captures your whole attention. If you follow that spark every day, then every day becomes one worth being happy about. Most of us work for future happiness, for milestones, achievements, the big moments, and in doing so, we neglect the only time life is actually happening, and that's right now. Your happiness is only ever available to you now, today. That's why I say, and why we here at theroaclub say, you can only ever be happy right now. So let's make now one worth being happy about. So yeah, that's what it's about. And I honestly feel like it's changed how I'm thinking about life and how I'm viewing life, because I'm just much more present. Like for me, it just doesn't make sense anymore to wake up and think, okay, I need to do this and this and this and this. And if none of those things on my to-do list for the day would make me happy today, then why would I even bother to do it? That's honestly how I'm thinking. Because how would I know that what I'm working so hard for right now would make me happy in the future if I'm not happy now? I really wouldn't know. And then I could have wasted so much time on doing something that essentially would not make me happy ever. I wouldn't know that. So I would much rather prioritize doing things today that will bring me energy, that will inspire me, that will make me happy, that will spark something in me, or just, yeah, give me joy. I've been focusing so much on this for the past over a month actually, and it's really been life-changing. I've been so happy these past couple of months compared to this whole year, and it's actually crazy. I can really recommend like thinking more about this quote actually. I also on my TikTok, I recently started posting on TikTok, and there I also posted a lot of TikToks of like day one of doing what's gonna make me happy on this day, or yeah, I made a couple of those videos just to first of all remind myself of the small things that makes me happy throughout the day, but also just to show other people that like the things I'm literally filming is me coloring or putting on a face mask. It's literally not big things, or being happy, and happiness doesn't come from doing 10,000s of tasks in one day. It's literally just listening to your inner voice and figuring out, okay, what would benefit me today. That's another thing. I also think, yeah, this is a whole other subject I thought so much about lately. I think nowadays it's so hard to know what your inner voice is saying because we're being so influenced by our phones. 24/7. I really think it's so difficult. I'm not very much on social media myself, and you're probably thinking like, what the fuck, you're posting all the time. But that's true. I'm posting a lot, but I'm not on the apps actually. I just post and I leave. So that's also something I can recommend. But in this year, I also had kind of a crisis at some point because I had no idea what I actually dreamed of and what I wanted in life, because everything I thought I wanted, I felt like I had been influenced by someone else on social media to want those things. And yeah, it's hard nowadays to know what is actually your goal and what is a goal that you've had implemented from social media. It's really, really hard. So I feel like a social media detox is really, really good to do here and there, or just to journal more about what you actually want and how you're feeling and what actually brings you joy, what makes you happy, what can you do and just disappear into and not think a single thought. Like what captures your attention so much that you're not even thinking about anything else. You're not thinking about how you look or what others think, or like try to think about that, or think about what you really enjoyed as a kid, what your favorite things were, what your favorite hobbies were, like, and try to do those things again. Maybe those hobbies will like spark something in you, bring some memories back, bring back the fun. Also, we should just have more fun in life. Like, life is about fun. Honestly, it is. And I just think if we connected more with our inner child, we would fix so many problems for ourselves nowadays, because our inner child and the child we were is still us. And I kind of feel like becoming an adult is returning to your inner child, if that makes sense. Because when we like get into that whole teenager phase, I kind of feel like we move away from who we really are. And I feel like growing up is returning back to that kind of... This is really deep thoughts right now, but I love it. Like, I knew once I got into all of these subjects, I knew I would just talk about so many different things. Let me take a sip of my tea because I am on fire. I feel like this cup is matching. Let me look at the list again. Try to focus on being happy in the now, because now is all there is. Like, it really, really is. And it's the whole fact of like, you work so hard every day to make sure you will be happy in the future. But even in the future, the work you will do today will not matter, because in the future, only your future you can decide to be happy on that exact day. So the real way to make sure you will be happy in the future is to learn the skill of being happy on this day, today, in the now, because then in the future you will still have that skill and you will be happy then. That's mind-blowing. Like, that's my new way of living. To tell you guys, this whole quote and mindset inspired my brand. This is what we do. This is what I want to help other people with. Yeah, I kind of feel like it's my purpose to tell other people this quote. Something else I wanted to talk about, it's not so much like it's not a message I just want to chat to you guys about the new year. I'm just feeling so excited about the new year. I'm also in the middle of creating my vision board. I am such a believer in the universe, manifestation, visualization, all of that. I'm on it 24/7. So I am making my vision board at the moment for 2026, and I'm already feeling so positive and good about this year. Like, first of all, in the first month of the year, I'm gonna be moving into a new apartment. If the year's starting out that way, I just cannot imagine what the year's gonna bring. And I just have a feeling that this is gonna be the best year ever. And I think the reason why I have that feeling is because this year has been so hard. Like, it kind of feels like everything has fallen apart, and now it's slowly starting to gather. So if you guys have also had a very hard year, then I believe when we have those really hard years, I believe that the year after is gonna be amazing, because we spent this whole year going through some shit just to be a better person for the new year. And we're stronger now, we're more evolved, we found ourselves in a different way maybe, we have more life experience. I mean, I can only talk for myself, but I just think if you also experienced a very hard year, then I believe that you will have a very good next year. And I hope that for you, truly. So let's have the best year ever together. Yeah, but I'm just feeling so good. I could also tell you guys how I make my vision board. It's actually quite simple, but again, I could also make a separate video of that. Whatever you guys would like me to make a video of, you can always tell me. I'm really open to hearing what you guys want to see. I just usually make different categories. For example, like health and mental health, finances, whatever. And I have different goals in the different categories. And then after I've made all my goals for the year, I find pictures on Pinterest that matches those goals. So my vision board is basically a visualization of all of my goals for the year. And then I usually wake up in the morning and I spend some minutes just taking a look at my vision board and just looking at it for a bit. I'm not doing that at the moment because the vision board I have right now, I don't really feel aligned to anymore. As mentioned, I found myself a lot this year, so I feel like the version of me that made the vision board last year is not the same. What else? I don't know what I meant when I wrote this down because it sounds a little bit heavy. I wrote down fear because fear is such, I want to say, a big part of my life, but this year it's definitely been. First of all, I feel like I've kind of learned to manage fear a little bit better, but at the same time it still consumes me a lot. And when I say fear, it's because I've stepped over so many of my limits this year. I've done so many things out of my comfort zone and also started a business. And if there's something that's gonna trigger your fear, then it's starting a business for sure. If there's something I've learned from being scared, it is that you should not listen to it. Of course, if you're actually in a dangerous situation where it's natural to feel scared and where it's like a natural instinct, then of course you should act on being scared. But if it's like a decision that brings you fear, it normally means that you should do it. Honestly, because fear is only there because it's unknown to you. And that's also why I said earlier in the video, you should expose yourself to as many new environments as you can, because then you will learn to manage fear better. Your brain creates the emotion of fear when there's a new pattern. There's something your brain doesn't know yet. You're trying something new, and because you haven't done it before, your brain doesn't know how this is gonna go. Like, usually your subconscious is trying to keep you safe from the things that are new because your subconscious just wants you to feel safe and comfortable all the time. So whenever you do something that you haven't done, or that's out of your comfort zone, or something that your subconscious hasn't made a neural pathway for before, that's gonna make you scared. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It actually just means that this could be the biggest upgrade ever. And also, the way you grow is to do the things that makes you scared. Like, you cannot grow and feel comfortable at the same time. You just cannot. Growing and improving feels uncomfortable and it feels so scary, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Unless you, of course, want to stay how you are right now and in the life you have right now. Like, then it's totally fine. That's just not how it is for me, but I cannot speak for any one of you. But I was scared a lot of times this year, and also right now, like just a couple days ago, I was literally crying so much because I felt so scared. It was actually the day we were told we got the apartment, and I was so sad. I asked myself, why am I crying literally when I just got the best apartment ever? I was scared. It's because you have to pay a new deposit, you have to buy all this furniture. Like, again, it didn't mean that it was a bad thing or that I shouldn't do it. Whenever something new happens, it's natural to feel scared. And also with my business, like, oh my god, have I not been so scared this whole year? Like, I still am. I feel like I'm scared every single day. Like, what if it's not gonna work out? What if I work so hard and no one's gonna like it? Or like, am I doing the wrong thing? Yeah, I'm just questioning everything. I don't know if I'm making the right decision or the wrong decision, which step I should do first. So many unknown things, and it's making me scared all the time. But I just keep on going. I just learned to live with the fear and work with the fear, and I think it's just so important to learn how to do that, because if you're a person who has very big dreams and goals, then you have to learn to manage that fear somehow, because you're gonna feel it eventually. And I just think it's really good to know. And I'm really not sitting here as someone who has figured it all out, because I'm literally scared all the time. I'm still scared. I didn't figure out how to manage it at all. Like, I really don't know how to. I aspire to know how to manage my fear better. I would rather just tell other people now that I have experienced that it's really like listening to the fear is what's gonna set you back, and acting on the fear is what's gonna set you back. That's what I've experienced, and I would rather share it now and say, okay, let's all work on it together, because it's definitely something I'm gonna work a lot on for the new year. So yeah, that's actually all of the kind of subjects I wrote down. I really enjoyed filming this actually. I really think it's so cozy to just sit and chat, even though I'm just chatting to a camera, but I don't feel like I'm alone. So yeah, but please let me know what you think or what you thought of this video, and if you would like a video like this again. I really enjoyed it. I've always wanted a podcast, so this is kind of like something in the middle, because now I already have a channel, so here I can also just chat. And as I said, I just have so many thoughts in 1 week. Even in one day, it can be overwhelming. So for me, to film these videos is kind of deloading everything that's been gathering up here. And also, everything is just better when you share it with other people, I think, because you have someone to relate to, and I really hope someone could relate to this. And if not, then you at least know how I'm thinking and what I'm thinking about. And I guess that's also kind of interesting. But thank you so much for watching this little chatty video, and I will see you next week for a normal vlog. Well, it's not gonna be normal because it's gonna be very Christmassy, and it's gonna be actually also a travel vlog because I'm gonna be in Denmark. But anyway, I'm gonna try to vlog my little Christmas holiday, because yeah, I'm probably not gonna vlog everything because I also just want to have vacation and chill. But for me, vlogging is just so fun, and I love to look back on the trips I've been on. Yeah, I'm excited to show you guys how my Christmas is gonna be. Otherwise, again, thank you for watching this video. I will see you guys very soon.